Hi, love, and welcome back to the final episode of the mini series Becoming Her here on Boundaries Unleashed. Now, if you've been walking alongside me over these past few episodes, you know this isn't just about learning boundaries, this is really about coming home to yourself. And today is all about integration. What does it look like to actually live as a boundaried, spiritually anchored woman in the real world, right? Not just in our head, not just in our mind, but actually out in the real world. Because information is one thing, but embodiment, now that's where the magic happens. And that's what is going to be activated today. So, who have you been becoming? Let's just take a deep breath and just take a moment to reflect and think back. The past few weeks have really been powerful as we've been going into individual pieces of our personal evolution. You've made it through a transformational journey. So let's remember who you've become. First off, you've redefined boundaries not as walls, but as sacred communication. You've stopped apologizing for your no's and started protecting your peace. You've interrupted your people-pleasing patterns, not by force, but with your truth. You've reclaimed your sensitivity as a superpower, and you've stopped explaining your worth and started honoring your voice. These are pretty big. Now, this is your becoming. This is not going into someone new, but really into the woman who you've always been underneath the conditioning of people pleasing, right? This has always been who you are. She's just never had time to shine or has been cloaked in conditioning, and she's ready to come out. She is becoming, she is you. And what does it look like to live as this new boundaried woman? What does it look like to live as her, right? Let's talk real life here, right? So when you live as a boundaried woman, it's not that challenges disappear. It's far from the truth, right? Their problems will always exist. It's just that you show up differently, okay? You trust your no without guilt. You stop second guessing your needs. You catch yourself when you're spiraling and you self-soothe and you really support yourself instead of self-abandoning. You create emotional spaciousness rather than absorbing everyone else's energy around you. Living as her means fewer performative yeses, right? When you say yes, it's because you actually mean it. And when you say no, it's because you actually mean it. You make more aligned decisions. You have a lot more peace without feeling the need to explain yourself, right? There's little need for explanation because you just know in your bones that who you are and what you are, and you communicate it to others. And as a little spiritual reminder here, boundaries aren't hard edges. They are soul signals. They tell the world, this is what I'm about. And what a beautiful thing to share yourself with the world like that. Now, as I mentioned before, this episode is really about an integration, right? This mini series has taken little different pieces, and now we're going to put it all together, particularly in a more kind of a tangible, reflective practice. So feel free to, pause, get a paper and notebook, get your journal, give yourself a voice note, whatever you need to do. But I want you to just reflect on these past few weeks, on these past few episode topics and how they relate to you and your experience. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, who am I now that I've started setting boundaries that honor my spirit? So who am I now as the person who sets boundaries? Okay, just reflect on that. How does your life look different and feel different now? Secondly, I want you to ask yourself, what parts of me feel safer now than they did before? So what areas of your life did you feel like you had to hide or conceal or people please that you no longer feel the need to do that? What areas feel like home that didn't feel like home before? So what parts of you feel safer now? Third, I want you to ask yourself, where in my life have I reclaimed my energy, my voice, and my time? Three things that have huge impact on your day-to-day and your overall well-being. Okay, so where in my life have I reclaimed my energy, my voice, and my time? And lastly, I want you to reflect on what no's do I say now with clarity and with confidence? What no's do I say now with clarity and confidence? Where does it feel super easy to say no without guilt? That maybe was a challenge before. Or maybe you said no before, but there was always guilt behind it. But now you say it as a truth. Okay, just reflect on that. And it may be in areas that are small, and maybe areas that are big, right? This is the reflection process to think about and witness your own growth by notating it, by writing it down, by making a record of it, right? You're creating a data point to look at your progress, your transformational journey. And you can really root all this change in this beautiful affirmation that I've created for you, that feel free to use it, take it, steal it, run with it, repeat it every day if it suits you, okay? And it is this: I trust my inner voice. I protect my energy. I honor my sacred no. I am the boundaried woman I've been becoming. Ah, so beautiful. I'll say that again for us. I trust my inner voice. I protect my energy. I honor my sacred no. I am the boundaried woman I've been becoming. And that last sentence is so crucial because it really creates ownership and a sense of identity. When we identify as something, we tend to embody it more. Our actions further reflect that identity. So that's why they say that words matter, that words are spells. That's the beauty of mantras and why they hold so much magic. And that claiming that identity of the woman who you have become is so crucial and part of your evolution. So remember, that is that embodying that identity. And remember, you don't have to do it perfectly, right? You just need to keep choosing yourself over and over, one step at a time, one day at a time, one area at a time. Now, what's next? We've been working on this mini series for a few weeks now. So, what is next? Now, there are a few ways that you can continue to integrate this work into your life, into your daily life, rather. And one of those is to utilize the energy audit that I put out last week. So if you didn't get that, feel free to go back to last week's episode. I've put a link in the show notes. It's also on my website, mytimemama.com. It's on my podcast. All this will be in the show notes, but it's something you can download, a PDF that you can use. So this energy audit, it's really going to be very useful as a check-in for you to see how you're doing energetically, so you know exactly where to set your boundaries. So utilizing that as a tool to maintain this new boundaried version of yourself is that energy audit. You can try a Sunday boundary ritual to review your week ahead. As you're sitting down looking at your calendar, as you're planning out your week, kind of think ahead. Where do I need to make sure that I set boundaries? Because it might be a challenge, or it might create some challenges if I don't, or if it's going to change the dynamic of certain situations if I don't think about what that's going to be already. And just having some sort of ritual, whether it be saying a mantra, whether it be writing yourself a reminder, whether it be to creating a template for a no email of that ask you know is coming later this week, whatever it is, but just kind of creating kind of a Sunday boundary ritual. So that way you are prepared for the week and you don't feel surprised when the event or the ask comes. Okay. That's another option for you. We've had over 5 different episodes about in this mini series, this Becoming Her. So feel free to go back and re-listen to a previous episode. I guarantee you, every time you listen, you will hear something new. Something else will click, another layer will click. And so it's just a continual resource for you to utilize to enhance your own journey. So again, you'll hear something new each time. So just go back and re-listen, save them, send them to a friend, talk about the episodes with a friend. It's going to further enhance your learned experience, and it's going to help you just digest and even think out loud in real time how it is now helping you in your more evolved version of yourself. Okay. So just go back and listen to previous episodes, save them, keep them on repeat, my friend. And like I just mentioned too, lastly, what we can do to keep integrating this work is to talk about it with a friend, share it with a friend. There's something magical about a shared experience. It helps us bring us closer to other human beings, but also to your growth People love to witness your growth. Think about all of your good friends, your family members, your loved ones. When you see them excelling, when you see them growing, like it is like beauty and magic before your eyes. And so to give that gift to someone, to have conversations like this, not say like prove your personal growth, but really to demonstrate that you are on a growth journey, and for them to witness it, it's really beautiful, and it almost gives them permission to open the door for themselves, for their own growth experience, whatever area that may be. Maybe it's boundaries, maybe it's not, but I've talked to enough people that I can tell you that boundaries is a pretty universal problem to work as a skill set. So talk with somebody. Your growth is going to be motivating and inspiring for them, and it's going to, not only enhance your experience, but open the door for them as well. So these are all different ways that you can integrate this work, this mini series, this Becoming Her series into your life moving forward. Now, for future episodes here, because the podcast ain't ending. That's just the mini series. We're gonna keep going, my friend. But I really want to hear from you, because I would like to do, and I'm going to do it because I already have a few questions already have been sent to me. But I want to do an upcoming Q&A episode, so question and answer, and I want to answer your raw boundary and self-trust questions that you have for me as a boundaries coach, as a personal spiritual development coach, whether it's people pleasing, whether it's about energy leaks, whether it's about recovering from burnout, setting limits in relationships, or any of the mystical side that I love to share of your own spiritual leadership. This is your chance to ask me, and I will answer for you. Because I have conversations every day, not only with clients, but friends, family, people I meet on the street, people who email me after listening to an episode. And we just talk all the time, and I'm getting kind of similar questions coming. So I just feel like a Q&A episode is meant to be in the books, and it's meant to happen sooner than later. So this is your opportunity to reach out to me, ask me those questions. I would love to give the feedback, because I understand that and know for a fact that if you're thinking about it and you have a question, so many other people have the same question. So let's all share in the journey together, and let's all share in the wisdom and the growth together. So you can submit your question right here. Just write it in the comments of this episode. You can reach out to me directly by email or direct message on YouTube or on Instagram. All of those links will be in the show notes. But and you can even be anonymous if you want, whatever. And I don't worry, I won't say your full name when I do the podcast, unless you want me to. But I tend to give people pseudonyms or like initials or whatever. So don't worry, it'll be anonymous. No one has to know it's from you. But I do want to hear what your burning questions are, where you are in your journey, maybe a little bit of backstory, because it'll help others who are in that similar situation also gain the wisdom from the question you're asking. Okay. And I know y'all have beautiful questions. I get them every day. So be looking for that in the upcoming episode. It may not be the next one, but it'll definitely be one in the near future. So send me those questions, direct message, email, in the comments below. I will read every single one of them, and it'll be an honor to connect with you in that way and to answer and deliver to you some nice healthy wisdom that I've learned over my years of coaching practice and self-development myself. Okay. Now, I just want to reiterate, these past few weeks really have been magical, whether you know that in your mind or in your heart or even at all, but they really have. You didn't just listen to a podcast series, okay? You've really started a revolution within yourself, and you remembered who you are. You reconnected with your truth. You reclaimed your energy, and you, my love, are no longer becoming. You are. You are her. She is you. Stay boundaried, stay sovereign, stay soft where it counts. And until we meet again next time, remember, love yourself like you mean it. Bye for now.